All right, how do you disciple your kids? That's a task every Christian man is concerned about or thinking about. That's part of the Great Commission. Teach them to observe all I've commanded you. Deuteronomy 6 says, teach the laws of the Lord diligently to your children. But how do you go about doing that? Well, first of all, that changes at every age and stage of life. You know, what you're doing with your 2-year-old is categorically different than what you're doing with your 17-year-old. And so age-appropriate concessions need to be made. But here's the most important thing when it comes to discipling your kids is the faith that you model is the faith that will be caught. And what is caught, it tends to be more powerful than what is taught. And so preeminently, the main task you have in discipling your kids is making sure that you are subjecting yourself to discipleship. What are you doing to feed your faith? Are you making church attendance, sitting under preaching, taking the Lord's Supper, singing songs of praise? Are you making that a priority? Are you making fellowship a priority? Are you seeking out men in your life who tell the truth to you about you, who hold up the mirror and say, this is what I really think about you? Are you spending time with the Lord in prayer and in Bible reading? Are you trying to grow in your faith? Because one of the things that can be most toxic to a child is someone saying, this is important for you, but not for me. Do as I say, but not as I do. That's going to create tons of dissonance and breach trust like crazy in kids. And so the main thing in discipling your kids that you do is model for them and believe for yourself that you need to be discipled, that you need to be growing. You could take a class, you could enroll in a study, you could watch a video, you could listen to a sermon, you could listen to a podcast. And as you're doing this, you're telling your child, I want to be growing in my faith. I want to be learning about the faith. So when my son sees me reading and he goes, what are you doing? Like, well, I'm trying to get closer to Jesus. This is, I try to instill a verse of the week thing fairly recently, where I went through and over the course of a semester, picked out a verse that I think would be good for our family to talk about. It's every Sunday night at dinner. I'd read the verse, trust in the Lord with all your heart, lean not on your own understanding, Proverbs 3:5. And I'd say, here's what this means. It means God's smarter than me and I'm dumber than God. And I want to lean on him instead of just kind of thinking I'm smarter than him. And Jay goes, well, why are you doing this? Do you think I just need to know this? I'm like, no, I need to know this. This is not just for you. This is for me, that I'm being the lead disciplee, and I'm inviting my kids to come along with me in it. Especially for me being as a pastor, there tends to be like other people need this more than me flinch in my heart, and that's dangerous, especially when it comes to my kids. And so when I'm discipling my kids, first of all, I want to let them see how I am striving to continue to grow as a follower of Jesus. I'm reading this book because God is infinite, and I want to know more about him. I am going to church because I want to hear the word today. I want to sing songs of praise today. I've been feeling a little far from the Lord on an emotional level, and engaging in this way, I think, will help me sense his presence more fully. I'm going to dinner with a buddy because I need friends who will help me be a better man and help me be a better follower of Jesus. And so you are modeling your need and acting on your need to be discipled. Nobody, like the worst type of preaching, the worst type of discipling is kind of patronizing, you need this, but I don't type stuff. And so you care about your discipleship, and your kids' discipleship will flow out of that. That being said, I think pondering age-appropriate engagement is a big deal here. So getting an age-appropriate Bible, Bible stories, picture Bibles. If you Google search great Bibles for 4-year-olds, all these different picture Bibles and Bible stories will come up. There's a variety of these that are really great resources. With my son now, his attention span is growing. And so we recently read through the Narnia series, and we'll pause and reflect. And what do you think about Aslan? And there's a lot of interruption. What does that mean? A lot of pausing and going, what's happening right now? And so a chapter that would take me 9 minutes to read with my son takes like 20, 25 minutes to read, but that's part of the process, is to be interruptible and engage. And so we're trying to think about these things spiritually. And then now we also are reading this Action Bible, which has Bible stories in it, and we're trying to pause and reflect and look at it. And the main thing I'm saying is that you don't need to create from scratch things that already exist and are good. Things that have proven helpful to you, things that have proven helpful to others, great, meaningful resources. Probably, $15 on Amazon will get you a lot of great material for about a semester with your child, whatever age they are. I do think as your kid gets older, now you're talking like 11, 12, 13, way more proactive, thoughtful, structured rites of passage are in order, where you're trying to beat the culture to the punch on breaking the seal on topics like sex, money, power, probably doing more explicit doctrinal developments. You may be doing more substantive Bible studies or watching YouTube videos. And all of this is done through the lens of, I need reminders, I need refreshments, I want you to learn with me. This is less a top-down and more a leading from the front aspect of discipleship. And I know someone who's read a lot of theology books and read a lot of things. Every time you reread something, you get fresh, compelling personal application of it into your own life. And so believe that you need it and include your child in it. Those are going to be the two main steps in discipling your kids. That being said, I do think the next and most significant factor in discipling your kids is going to be getting them around other healthy, God-fearing adults who will love them well. A student ministry, a kids ministry, a community of faith, because you're going to have blind spots and you're going to have dark spots. And him being around or her being around other men and women that love Jesus as well and give license for them to speak into your child's life will be part of that. There's no such thing as a one disciplee, meaning nobody is singularly formed by one person, but we're formed by a plurality of people. And if you can be a part of having your child being raised up in a meaningful and solid Christian environment, that's going to be a huge key in discipling your kids, because you and other people will all have deficiencies in your own walk with Jesus, and other people can help round those out. So disciple your kids, care about it, but care about your own discipleship more.